You know, that stones down there remind me of Easter Island. The statues looking at the ocean. There's something in us perhaps to relate to this. If you are in the mindset of some kind. Anyway, let me talk about my story. I don't know if I can do this well. I was talking to Clay, a guy I met just a few minutes ago. And I like these kind of encounters. Why? It's learning something new always. Just like, someone's idea of this Easter Island-like setting of the stones here make me to puzzle, perhaps trying to connect to the root of who I am and relate to that new experience. Anyway, Clay is the guy who is taking care of fixing the backpackers in. And he was just passing by me, and then I said good morning, and we start to talk. As much as I often talk to people in the company when I was helping the company to transform. I talk with the top management, middle management, staff people, and shop floor people, and get sense of what's going on and find the bottleneck or potential vision to the future or strategy so that things get streamlined. So that habit is always with me, to talk with people, asking basic question of why people do what they do, for each individual to do what they do. And in his case, I found that he was alone, not married. And I said, I was married twice, one with Japanese going one direction, the other one was with American, the other direction. And then finally, I settled to be alone, and I found it very inspiring, liberating. Not to say marriage is bad, but it just happened. That was my experience, but it's his experience that he didn't get married. And I heard that he had the Navy experience, military experience, and traveling. And then, if you travel around, you may start to see things from different angle, and maybe that contributed him to be, well, doesn't have to be alone, may have relationship, this and that. But I think he appreciated that. And I said that when I finished the relationship of this, that, I'm liberated. Well, maybe it's also something to do with age. So it depends on the age, your idea changes. Maybe the hormone, or the knowledge level, experience level, how curious you are, or how conditioned you are, or not conditioned, but not conditioned is a conditioning. So it all varies. Not to say who is right and wrong, but it's interesting. So the question of why we do what we do is always my question, to make sense of the world and me and the people. And you cannot make sense of it without knowing all the detail or the past history or the event that shaped their life. So nothing to do with Easter Island statue looking at the ocean. But maybe there is something in the sense that the root of who we are have some kind of a aspiration, desire, or what. And just a thought of the day. Prior to that, I had the thought of dealing with AI. That's another story, but contaminate this refreshed feeling of meeting Clay, and hope that there's some sense of breath blowing, that liberation, whether with marriage or without marriage, or with this mind or that mind, or with this background or that background. Let's have that sense and make the best of it, perhaps by connecting to the root of who we are, so that we can be compassionate with each other, but also respecting each person's life.